I'm Andrew Mrozowski, the executive editor of The Silhouette, and today I am joined by Sean Van Koughnett, the dean of students at McMaster University, and we're going to go grab a coffee and walk around campus and chat. So let's go. Hi. Whatever you would like.
All right, I'll just have the 12-ounce coffee, just black.
You want a cookie or something?
I'm good.
That is it, thank you. What's normally like your go-to coffee spot on campus?
No,
Do you have one?
I don't have one. You know, sometimes it's Starbucks, wherever the line's shortest sometimes.
So probably not Starbucks most of the time.
And there's one office that has a Keurig in it, so sometimes I'll just go into the office and get a Keurig because that's quick too. So yeah.
To me and coffees,
Awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's head back here. How does this work?
This is great.
Perfect.
Let's have a seat.
And look at that, the seats are already angled for us.
How convenient.
So for people who don't know what your role exactly entails, and even I find sometimes I have a little bit of trouble with it, what is the scope of your role?
Yeah, so I, as Dean of Students, most of the things that lie outside the academic realm that are student-oriented fall within student affairs. So most of the student services, like the Student Wellness Center, Athletics and Recreation, Housing, International Student Services, which is part of the Student Success Center, Indigenous Student Services, the Black Student Success Center, Student Accessibility Services. So a range of services that try to support the student experience. And so my role is really to work with the directors of those units and provide the support, provide the programming, provide the experience that we want for all students at McMaster.
Are there any initiatives that you're super excited about that you can talk about, obviously, but anything in the future that you're excited about and you think will make a difference?
Well, I think coming out of COVID, and I've had conversations with people about, one of the pieces of feedback we get from students is, well, I didn't know that this program exists or this opportunity exists. So I think one thing I'm conscious of is not just trying to add stuff into, because it does take time and money to do that, but rather say, what do we have going already that we should build on, we should try to promote in ways that students are going to gravitate towards. So I'm excited about the new Pulse that's just opened, the traffic in there, and of course it was January with New Year's resolutions. Pre the new Pulse in November of this year, we had about 1,500 people a day through the Pulse. Right now we're up around 4,500 students a day. So things like that, I'm really excited to see how that progresses. I'm excited to see the hub, which is the student portion or the MSU managed part of the DBAC expansion. That will open in the next, in 2023 at some point. So I'm excited to see the opening of that because I think that's just another new great place for students to gather informally, to have events, to socialize. So that's one of the things I'm excited about.
I mean, I say let's go take a look. It's under construction right now, but we can go outside of it at least.
We can try to break in. We won't do that.
I mean, it's your school. No. If you want to, we can.
No. I won't do that. Okay.
How well do you know the maze down here?
I don't actually.
You don't?
Well, after 10 years, I'm still like I get lost.
Because I was gonna say, if you can take us to Chester Newhall, I'll be impressed. You think you can do it? I think this is the ultimate McMaster test.
I have zero. See, part of the problem is I have a terrible sense of direction. Let's see. I don't know. Do you know where we're going? Who's following me?
I do. I'm going to see if I can follow you, but do you know where we are right now?
No, vaguely. Togo salmon. There we go.
I think you just cheated.
Oh.
I will tell you we are going the wrong way.
Okay, where are we going next?
We're going to go out Chester Newhall.
Oh, we want to go Chester Newhall. Okay.
If you kept taking us that way, we'd end up in that giant pit where the group used to be.
Wow, I wanted to show you the construction sites. So.
Okay, so I mean, here's one part of construction with
It's the McLean. It'll be the McLean Center for Collaborative Discovery.
Okay.
So even though it was spearheaded by the DeGroote School of Business, it's actually meant to be a building for students from all faculties.
Oh, awesome.
So a lot of collaboration spaces, and it's a predominantly student-focused building.
I will say, I was at Western on Friday. They're doing construction, and on their cranes, they have purple and white lights. I think we should do the same thing with red and white lights on our
maroon
cranes.
Lights.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll work on that. Yeah, so this is
what are
where
the
the old
biggest-
Pulse was,
Yeah.
but it's double the size now.
Okay.
So it went from like 17,000 square feet to something like 35,000 square feet of fitness space over 3 levels. And there's a women's only studio in there. So it's, I mean, as you can see, it's packed right now. And we're on into February, so it's not just January New Year's resolutions. I overhear students talking about it. That's the best kind of market research you can do. And I hear students raving about it. And this is not just about physical fitness. Like, we know the link between physical fitness and mental health and well-being. And a lot of times you'll see groups of students, friends come. So it's a social atmosphere as well. So I can't speak highly enough about everyone who's been involved in pulling this off, including the staff in athletics and rec, and the staff in facilities, and the MSU who made it all possible.
So that's one part of kind of the improvements made in this sector of campus. Why don't we go take a look at Peter George and see,
For sure.
I guess, our newest open building on campus. So Black Student Success Center, the more recent addition under your portfolio.
We need a space where all students, for Black students in this case, could build community and feel supported. And that's where I said, well, let's try to create a space for that to happen. And that's where the Black Student Success Center came in. It's not a huge space. We're already, and it's a good problem to have. There's tremendous interest and activity that goes on here, and there's a need for more space, actually.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then another big part about this building is the new Student Wellness Center is upstairs.
Yep.
So why don't we go back there? So we have Wellness Center and then also the lounge. So what kind of went behind wanting to revamp these spaces? Because like you said earlier, they used to be relegated to the basement of the Student Center. Obviously this is now more elevated, nice views at campus.
Yeah, well, we needed more space, and we wanted a space that was more reflective of well-being. So natural light, larger space, nice and bright and open, and so that's what we have here. So 10 years ago and through the last decade, we've hired more counselors, more mental health nurses, more psychiatrists, more physicians, and so we needed the office space as well. So I think it's turned out really well to have the Student Wellness Center here. We certainly couldn't keep it in the Musk basement.
Why don't we head back to your office, and then I want to end off on a high note. What's your favorite part about being at McMaster?
Well, I mean, it's going to sound cliched, but the community here is great, and I talk about the student community as well as the faculty and staff that I work with. We don't always we don't always agree on everything, but everyone I come into contact with wants to make a positive impact on the institution itself, on their own lives, on the world. And if you're in a place like that, you can have those disagreements about how to get there, but if you're agreeing on the outcomes you want to achieve, that makes this a great place to work, and a great place to try to help students grow. And I love to see a student I might meet in first year, and when they walk across that stage at the end of their degree, to see how they've changed and grown. That's really rewarding.
Awesome. Well, Sean, thank you for going around campus with me and having coffee with me. For more content like this, make sure to follow the Silhouette.